Hello everyone. In the previous session, we had learnt about positive integers that are simply counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. In this session, we are going to learn something more on these positive integers. So let's take some positive integers. So take 12, 30, 42 and 18. So can you now tell me what is common between these positive integers? Well, as soon as you look at these numbers, we see that they are all different numbers. But let me tell you, there is something common between these numbers. And to find that common thing, let me first write down all these positive integers as a product of two numbers. So if we start with number 12, we can write 12 as 1 into 12 in terms of product of two numbers, that is here 1 and 12. We can also write it as 2 into 6 because 2 into 6 is also 12. Also, we can write 12 as 3 into 4. So these are the only three possible ways of writing 12 as a product of two numbers. Similarly, if you do it, you can do it for 30, 42 and 18 also, the same type of multiplication. In the first case, to get the number 12, we use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. We call them as the factors of number 12. Also note that these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12 divides the number 12 completely. Hence, they are also called as divisors of number 12. Similarly, this goes for every number. So if we now talk about the common thing, we can see that the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 6 are common for all these numbers. And out of all these common numbers, 6 is the highest factor of all these common numbers. Hence, we say 6 is the highest common factor of numbers 12, 30, 42 and 18. We also call it as HCF. And also 6 is the greatest number that can divide 12, 30, 42 and 18. Hence, highest common factor is also called as greatest common divisor GCD. So now you know what is meant by highest common factor HCF and greatest common divisor GCD. So in mathematics, we can find highest common factor by two methods. It is by multiplication and division. Say for example, I want to find the highest common factor of 30 and 50. So let us see how we can find the highest common factor by multiplication method. So here we have two numbers 30 and 50. I think you already know how to factorize the number. For example, we can factorize 30 as 2 15s are 30, 3 5s are 15 and 5 1s are 5. This means that 30 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. Similarly, we can factorize the number 15 and we can get 3 into 5. And here to find the highest common factor by multiplication method, we will take the product of the common number. As we can see here, 3 is common and 5 is common and no other number is common. So we now take the product of 3 and 5. That is 3 into 5 is equal to 15. So now the highest common factor of the numbers 30 and 15 is 15. Now let us see how we can find the HCF by division method. In division method, we will first divide the two numbers, that is 15 2s are 30 and we get here the remainder as 0. And we know that whenever we divide two integers, the biggest number is called as the dividend and the smaller number is called as divider. And here we call 2 as quotient and 0 is the remainder. And we know that 15 times 2 will give us 30 and hence we can write 30 as 15 into 2 plus the remainder, that is 0, which is same as to say dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So by multiplication we know that the highest common factor of 30 and 15 is 15. So here also 15 should be the highest common factor and here 15 is nothing but the divisor of 30. And hence we conclude here that in division method, whenever we divide any two positive integers and if we get remainder is equal to 0, then we consider divisor as the highest common factor of those numbers, that is here 15 and 30. And hence now we can say that we have got the same answer by both the methods. But this was the case when the remainder was equal to 0. But now what if remainder is not equal to 0? So let's say instead of dividing 30 by 15, if we divide 32 by 15, we now get the remainder 2, which is not equal to 0. So we can now write 32 as 15 into 2 plus 2. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So in this stage, since the remainder is not equal to 0, we cannot now say that 15 is the highest common factor. So here to find the highest common factor, that is to make the remainder is equal to 0. Now we will consider 2 remainder as the divisor and 15 the number as the dividend. So we again divide 15 by 2. So we now get the remainder equal to 1, which is again not equal to 0. So again here we can write 15 as 2 into 7 plus 1, which is not equal to 0. So since here the remainder is not 0, we cannot consider the divisor here as the highest common factor. So again we will repeat the same step, that is we will now consider remainder as the divisor. And now the divisor of the previous stage 2 is now the dividend. So we will again divide 2 by 1. So here 1 2s are 2 and the remainder is now 0. So here we can write 2 is equal to 1 into 2 plus 0. So since the remainder is 0, we can say that the divisor here 1 is the highest common factor of the number 15 and 32. So if you want, you can cross check the same thing by multiplication method. So we have two numbers 32 and 15. We can factorize 32 as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 and 15 as 3 into 5. We know that to get the highest common factor, we have to take the product of the highest common number. That is, we have no common number between 32 and 15. But just remember, 1 is a common multiplier for every number. So we can put it as into 1 into 1. So here 1 is the common factor of 32 and 15. So we have got the same answer. So here we see two methods to find the highest common factor, that is multiplication and division. But you might be thinking when to use this multiplication method and when to use this division method. Actually earlier when people wanted to find the highest common factor, the most common method was the multiplication method. But later on they started to find difficulty in finding highest common factor of bigger numbers. Say for example, we want to find the highest common factor of big number like 42,237 and 33,345. So here it will be very difficult to list out all the factors of such big numbers and then to find out the highest common factor. So here instead of going out by this multiplication method, we will prefer to go by the division method. So let's divide the two numbers. So this is going to go one time here. So we can write it as 42,237 is equal to 33,345 into 1 plus 8,892. And so here we can see that the remainder is not equal to 0. So let's now consider this remainder as the divisor and the previous divisor as the dividend, that is the number 33,345. So now when you divide, this will go 3 times. So let's keep on doing this until we get the remainder equal to 0. And so here finally, since the remainder is equal to 0, we can conclude that 2223 is the highest common factor of 42,237 and 33,345. And this is when the Greek mathematician Euclid came out with an idea, and he told that whenever we divide any two positive integers, we get two more integers as quotient and remainders, and they can be arranged as dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And this kind of representation is called as lemma in Greek, and since it is proved by Greek mathematician Euclid, and hence it is called as Euclid's division lemma. And he proved that in this lemma, if the remainder is 0, the divider will be the highest common factor, and if remainder is not equal to 0, we have to use this lemma until we get the remainder equal to 0. And the process where we apply this lemma to get remainder equal to 0 is called as Euclid's division algorithm, or in short EDA. So that's all for now.